We're mixed pretty well. You can go ahead and fire off a few lines there, Ben.
Yeah, here I am. Is this the intro? If it is, cheers, big ears. You can
Hey,
even
cheers. Good on you.
get on your mate.
Yeah,
Is it
from
one, two, testing one, two?
when I did Apex, it was before the game had been launched, and so nobody knew
Right.
what it was. I had no idea what it was, and I didn't even play it for
Yeah.
months. But
Yeah.
now you getting into Apex, I mean, you're a gamer. Like, Johnny
Yeah.
Young was bragging on you. He says, Ben's really good at this game. So you had to know about the game when you were auditioning for it, right?
I'd never played it
Right.
because I'm not an FPS. I wasn't an FPS guy,
Uh-huh.
but yeah, I played a lot of Skyrim, a lot of Fallout, a lot of Red Dead Redemption when the pandemic came around. But I've been
Yeah.
in gaming my whole life.
Right.
Um, and I do know that feeling of not knowing what a game is,
Right.
because last year, during just before the pandemic, and then during the pandemic, I voiced some stuff for Hades, the game, which has like won a bunch of Game of the Years,
Right.
and I had no idea what it was. I knew the studio was Supergiant was like a really good studio,
Right.
and that has since blown up. But with Apex, yeah, in fact, I knew it was kind of in the Fortnite Battle Royale realm, but I didn't know what it was.
Right.
And then when I got the audition, I still didn't know that it was for Apex. It was like some code name.
Yeah, and they still go by that code name too.
Yeah, right. And I
Mhm.
thought, you know what that code name is, but I thought it was a Batman joint because it sounds like a Batman joint, right?
Right. Yeah.
So I think I'm going out for like Captain Kangaroo. That's what I think I'm going out for. And I'm like, all right, Captain Kangaroo, he's got to be kind of down here. He's got to be kind of a little bit gruff. He knows what he's doing, kind of thing.
Right.
And so the early Fuse was very different to what it became. But yeah, once I got to the sessions, I was already at like a level 50 or 60 because I was like in for a penny, in for a pound.
Right.
I was like, I called up my sons. I called up Tom, and I'm like, actually, Lockie, my 16-year-old, I was like, Lockie, I've got this audition. I finally found out during the callback that it's for Apex Legends. Is that good? He's like, oh, Dage. They call me Dage. I don't know why. Dage, that's sick. That's one of my favorite games. I'm saving up. He said, I'm saving up for the. He's saving up for the Bionic guy, and he was talking about Octane at the time. I'm saving up for the Octane for the Bionic guy. I'm like, all right, so this is going to bring us together because they're stuck in Melbourne. They couldn't fly over here, so we've been playing Apex as our like family get together most days, right?
Bringing families together. Yep.
Bringing families together and then letting them kill each other. It's like so therapeutic.
Well,
Yeah.
my son was aware of it because he would see me playing and he'd see me streaming it, and he was just starting to do some he joined the union at 6 actually, and he's been
Crazy.
working since he was 7. And he wanted to play the game, and I said the game is not for kids, all right, not for young kids your age. And I said I want you to wait till you're 12. And then as he got older, I saw him playing other games, not like adult games, but just getting really good at them. And I thought, all right, fine. When you turn 9, I'll take you in. We'll play a little bit. So now we play on Friday nights or Saturday nights. We play, and he only goes in with me. Or if he has a buddy, I'll let him go in as a duo. I don't want you getting into randos, into chat rooms and all that stuff. But yeah, we have these little adventures together.
Who mains who?
He started taking Pathfinder because he wanted to take Dad's character, but he is all over taking everyone, and he likes Revenant a lot. And he likes
warning signs.
Yeah. He takes the anti-Pathfinder, But no, he likes to take Revenant, but he likes to try all of them, where I kind of stick to Pathfinder, but I have to admit, Fuse is really fun to play.
He's chaotic.
Yeah.
Like I've probably played with him maybe 10 times now. I was a Horizon main last season, and before that was a split between Bloodhound and Lifeline. I got right into Lifeline for a minute, and actually before then, I actually cut my teeth on Parthy because I was like, oh, this is going to get me out of trouble.
Yeah.
I was big into Parthy when I very first started, but yeah, that's cool. That's cool that he just picks it up, and But Fuse, I was watching a Janks video this morning. This just came out today, and he was talking about that knuckle cluster being a good sort of finisher for anyone who's weak and like knocked. So you don't have to like rush over to them. You can just like send that off.
Yeah.
Um,
I was thinking
yeah,
if you encounter a party and they're in the wide open space and you've got a Gibraltar, a Bangalore, and a Fuse, they're basically toast. It's just
yeah,
raining destruction down on them. So,
yeah, yeah,
yeah. Well, but I love voice acting because you can be successful at it, you can have a nice life, and when the pandemic lifts, if you want to go to a convention, you can have what I call selective fame. People will be very deferential and nice, and they'll give you compliments, and you can talk to fans and connect with them, and then you can leave, and nobody knows who the hell you are outside that building.
yeah. That's interesting.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's interesting. I mean, I've loved the community. This Apex community is something else. Like,
it's a tight family.
really tight family, and the Star Wars community was similar, but this is actually something else. And
Yeah.
I had my first moment of someone finding my cell number and calling and trying to connect, and I was just like, "Ooh, I think I need that.
Yeah.
I think I need my agent to be able to call me and for me to get excited when they call, because no one calls me, and I'm like, all right, just maybe don't call me."
Yeah, I only had that happen once. It was at my son's basketball game. It was a couple of years ago, and the phone rang, and it was a kid. I just said hello, and there was this pause, and I said hello. There was a kid. Is this Pathfinder? I said, yeah. Click. I thought, oh shit, they have my number. They never called again, and
Yeah,
but yes, you can. It doesn't matter how many steps you take. People can find out where you live and what your number is. The information is out there, and as soon as it's whack-a-mole. As soon as you tamp it down here, it's going to pop up somewhere else. You just sort of
yeah.
cross your fingers that nobody's going to get crazy. You know?
Yeah, well, that's what Cameo's for, right?
Yeah. It's like, hey, you want to hear from me? Here you go. Here's the way to do it. I
Yeah.
love doing cameos, and I did not realize. I mean, I started to learn this through streaming. There's a very broad spectrum of people that enjoy the game, not just the people you think would enjoy it. And they bring a lot of their own life experience to playing these characters. And when they get to talk to someone who voices one, they share things with you. And they do it.
Yeah,
It's not exactly in confidence because they're doing it knowing that you're a stranger, but they're trusting you with this piece of them. And I feel like I have to be respectful of that. And
yeah, absolutely.
same
I
thing
mean,
with
it's
Cameo.
it's yeah, yeah. I mean, Cameo is great because it's that one-to-one.
Yeah.
But in terms of like, I'm always like with Fuse, missing an arm. There
Yeah.
have been a few people who have reached out and they're like, "Hey, listen, I'm an amputee. I
Hmm.
play Apex. I just want to know that I want you to know that this guy means something to me." And I'm like, all for it. I'm like, great.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
if it empowers you, if you can, and it's very similar to the bloodhound and gender kind of discussion. It's like,
Yeah.
if there's representation, which Apex is amazing at. It's the
I
best
think
at
they're kind
representation,
of the gold standard of that. Yeah.
and it's brilliant, and it's the way all popular content should be in terms of representation. But if you can connect with someone and touch someone on that level, like,
Yeah.
and make someone feel better about their day, like
Right.
like people who contact me directly on Twitter, like there's a lot of those, but at the same time, if it's not like super negative, like, oh, I got banned, someone was like, oh, I got banned, can you like talk to Respawn about getting me unbanned? I'm like, I'm not going to respond to that, right?
No.
But if it's like, hey, this means this to me for this reason, I'm just gonna say, hey, what's up? Like,
Yeah.
I'm glad that I'm glad that you enjoyed it in that way. Like, come and say hello on my stream, because I think on the stream, I think I'll eventually just be playing with fans as well. Like,
Yeah.
just do a day where you're just playing with fans. Like,
did
why
that.
not?
That was the day that
Yeah.
I actually looked forward to. And the last couple of weeks I streamed, that was all I did. Was on Friday I played with subs. And that's
Yeah.
it. And it ended up being a lot of times the same people, but that's fine because you get into a shorthand, you get into a rhythm. And
Yeah.
it was just a great way for me to connect, because connection for me is sort of the end all be all. So
Yeah.
there's no reason to do something if it doesn't involve some attempt to connect, whether it's with another person or if it's simply with an idea that intrigues you. So that's
Yeah.
what we're searching for. And these games, I never would have figured it. I mean, I have done
Mm.
over 100 games in my career. I never would have figured that this was a possibility, that a game, I know that there are big games. I've been in big games, but I've never connected with a community like that. Do you ever imagine Fuse and Rampart pulling out Wally and Sheila and having a measuring contest of sorts? Fuse and Rampart.
Do I ever imagine it? Well, I have now.
Yeah. Can't unthink that one.
Can't unthink that one. Which is bigger? I actually think Sheila's bigger, but it's about what you do with it.
It really, yeah, it's really not about the size of it. It's the accuracy and firing rate.
Wally will go anywhere, fire anytime. Sheila, you've got to put work into it. You've got to put it down on the ground. You've got to sing to it, whine it, dine it. That's a good note to end on, I think.
Yeah, I think that is a good note to end on. Once again, tell us where we can find you on Twitter, on your social media, and on Twitch, because they need to follow
on Twitter, I am Benji P, so BenjiPEA. Come and follow and say hello. On Twitch, I am Boppy P, BOPPYPEA. The Boppy Gang. Come and follow me on Twitch, and on YouTube, I'm just Ben Prendergast. So yeah, I don't think I'm going to stream on YouTube, but I might put some videos up. But Twitch is where it's going to be at for me for the minute. But thank you.
Thank you. And this was, under normal circumstances, we'd probably still be going, but you know, like I said, Super Bowl, it's a thing. Everybody, thank you so much for joining us. Again, this is my last stream for a long time, and I don't know, I'll tweet, you know, I do that, and I'll try and get a video up at some point, but bear with me. In the meantime, take your energy, focus it towards that young man right there, and Johnny Young and the rest of the Apex Legends. So, Ben, we'll talk soon. We'll have to get into a match with my boy.
I'm totally down for that, Chris. Anytime, mate. Make sure he adds me and we'll get it.
We'll do it. All right, buddy. Thank you to everyone else, and we are out. And all right, I've ended the stream.